You be blessed. You got a lot going for you. Do 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 do. Hey, do 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 do. You be blessed. I think it's important to remind people each and every day, including yourself, that you are blessed. Some people do this through prayer, some people do it through praise, some people do it through all of the above. But it strikes me that people don't remind themselves enough, because I see people discrediting themselves every day when there's bad behavior, and that's ultimately what my channel is about, is reminding me, reminding you, reminding us that on kelen, we are one, that we are all blessed, that there is a God inside us, and that we have the power to, in a sense, harmonize ourselves with an internal force, perhaps an external force, perhaps there really, really is something greater than just us. Perhaps we can't buy our way out of feeling like hell or feeling like heaven, euphoria. Perhaps we can't buy our way out of that. And so we actually do have to contend with the flesh. And so when I say you are blessed, you, whoever you are, across this video, you are blessed. Touch yourself. That flesh where you sit, no matter how similar or dissimilar it is to mine, we're both blessed. And again, I opened this video on racial profiling with that thought, with that state of mind. So here goes. I'm about to be racially profiled. I think so. I believe so. Perhaps you can call it an anxiety, which is one of the reasons why I thought to make this video. I'm headed to Germany soon, and before you get any ideas of breaking into my apartment, I'm not going to post this video until I get back, months later. Anyway. And I'm going to be with my partner, who is white, and a friend from college, who, for their purposes, is Asian. We're going to go to the Netherlands. At one point, we're going to cross a border into Germany. And though the borders are porous, I've seen people stopped at that border over and over and over again. In a sense, it's been ritualized for me that border crossing is a place where brown people or yellow people are stopped, and their presence is questioned, and they need to be justified. So I know that this is about to happen to me, because not that it happens when it's just my partner and I, but with this motley crew, and this is, I mean, you see the same kind of when people, if you think people stare at me when I'm here in Delhi, when my friend, the same friend, came to visit me, literally people were like, we're going to take your picture. This mix of people, this, I mean, I guess for a lot of people, so-called racial mixing is like a Benetton commercial. And for me, I don't see it as racial mixing. I see it as, I know this person, I know that person. I bring good people in my life, and the fact that they're of a different caste or race or perhaps even class or religion or gender than I am doesn't mean that, for example, we couldn't intermarry. And I mean that. Think about what I just said. Because when we talk about racial profiling, it is as intimate as what we learn at home. Now, I am cognizant of the fact that I'm sitting physically right now in a place where this sort of racial profiling in marriage is the norm, is a complete norm. People advertise marrying along caste lines. In the society where I come from, for example, people don't, but they do. So we're still not a racially so-called interbred society. And to see that, you see that even the racial identity of someone like Barack Obama. Is he white? Is he black? That it sort of has to be part of the public debate. This individual and this family, the Obama family's racial identity. That is to say that that's how distant race, the concept of race, is for most people. And for me, what I'm trying to say is I'm a product of the multicultural education project, I should say, that Americans talk about, but yet we don't really see. But I'm actually one of those people who went to a place that had a lot of black people and a lot of white people in a place where there were only white and black people until we decided to cut taxes, local taxes, so that we could inherit a community of refugees from Southeast Asia. Our place is so rigidly racially segregated in the Bible Belt that we refuse to talk about race. And this refusal to talk about race, to see it, to make it as open, for example, as it is here in India, creates a kind of rage that can make a man, for example, earn an Olympic medal and then throw it off the bridge into the river in their own city. That kind of rage, that kind of frustration with the denial that we have a caste system in America. And so I'm going to Germany, where racial profiling is the norm. And I know that my friend and I we will be, last time I was there, I went to Germany, in the Flughafen in Frankfurt. There were a group of, Dwayne, what do you call them? Border police, I guess, frontier police, something like that. Kind of like what Homeland Security does, but in Europe, since racial profiling is the norm, and in Germany it's certainly more accustomed to a police presence, they are more menacing, roaming around, I would say, than the illegal immigrant culture that we have in America couldn't possibly exist there, because it's more internal policing. That's what that is to say. And so at the border, I've been profiled before, and it's funny because it's not, in a sense, it's not insulting to me as a person. I don't take it personally, yet and still I'm almost shocked that it actually happens, because it's as weird for me as thinking that, like Star Trek, wow, something in the 24th century, like there are Ferengi and Klingons, and like, oh, there's racial profiling, and to actually see it happen. And I know that, and this is what I'm saying, like, I know that it happens. I mean, I'm from Louisville, Kentucky. It has happened to me in my hometown. And yet, I've created this ideal in my mind where it shouldn't happen. We have to talk about it so much that I want to believe it. That I should be shocked. I don't mind being outraged. I don't want it to become normal. Not to say that I'm sort of penetrated and destroyed every time it happens to me, but to say that it needs to be marked each and every time it happens, because it is wrong. And if you need to be read, have your rights read.